Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Mandy Miller-Warren, and I'm sitting in again for Coach Chester while he's out on an exciting adventure that I'm sure he will share with us in a couple days. So anyways, let's jump into it. Today we have the weather brought to you by Haney. It's going to be high of 82, low of 61, so about the same. Nice and warm day. Let's see. The water temperature is at 72, which is still very chilly. We were out at the island this weekend, and yeah, it's still very chilly for us Floridians. The river readings, Apalachicola at Bluntstown, it's falling, 11.5, and Chalkatahatchee at Caryville, 6.5, and also falling. So the tide charts brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home here on 23rd Street. High today is 10:02 and low is 8:21. Marine forecast looks like it's 10 to 15. The winds and the seas are about 2 to 3. So that's been pretty consistent lately. Anyway, special guest, as always. We love having guests here on the show. And this one is dear to my heart, and the cause that she does is also. So I'm really excited to tell you guys about it. Other stuff we're going to have just kind of going to be all over the board because I haven't been here in a while, and I just have so much exciting stuff to tell you guys about. So I will see you after the break. Okay, so we're back, and this is my special guest. Her name is Diana Taunton, and her and her family have a home over in Weewall, and I just wanted to let y'all know about it because it is such an awesome thing, and I want, we're just such a great community here in Panama City, and anytime we get a chance to help each other out or help out a good cause, we always do, which is just awesome. So I wanted to let you know a little bit about this, and they've got some events coming up, so I wanted everyone to just jump on board and support that. So, Diana, tell me first about the Taunton Home in Weewall and what it does.
Okay, so the Taunton Family Children's Home was started in 1979 by my parents, David and Abigail Taunton. They just had a heart and an idea in their head of, hey, let's take in some kids from the community and kind of help out. They don't have a place, they're homeless, they're being put in the system. And so the idea, I think at that time, was to take in maybe 15. That was the number that Dad shot to Mom, and she was like, sure, I can do that. He's one of 13. My mom's from a pretty big family herself, so, you know, they could handle that. So very quickly, me and my brothers came on board, and probably by the time I was 5, I was born in 1980, by the time 85, 86, we had over 15. It just kept pushing. People were saying, we need a place for our kids to be, or we'd like to not have this one on the system, or here's a group of, at that time, HRS, you know, we get in groups of kids from all over the area, and they were big groups. They were 4s and 6s and 8s of these kids, and do we split them up? Or is there a place? And so it just, word got out that the Tauntons would take in anybody and raise those kids as their own, keep them off the system.
But at this point, there wasn't a facility.
No, not a facility. It kind of grew into that. It just was home for us. So we had Mom and Dad, and it was us kids, and we were raised there, and we had meals together, and we went to school together, just like a normal home. We just had a little bit more than the normal, I guess.
And then tell me now, it's grown into something that's quite a big facility.
So we have 3 homes with kids in them. We have about 30 right now. So when I was growing up, there were 30 in just my home with my parents. We had up to 45, and so we just kind of, Mom and Dad were just thinking, and
that's 30 packed lunches, that's 30 dinners, that's 30 for 2 people.
Yes, yes. And so Mom and Dad and the family, the Taunton family there, and a lot of just church groups and members were the ones who helped facilitate that, because they did it all privately with themselves and their jobs and their work, and with people who donated instead of going on to the government system.
And that's still how y'all...
Yes, we still operate that way. So the fundraiser that's coming up is kind of something that helps offset some of those costs that they take in every year to raise these kids. and then also send them on to school, send them on to college.
And y'all are, even though you operate privately and you don't accept government funds, y'all are asked a lot of times to help with the government system and taking kids from the government, because to me that says y'all are doing something right. So, so yeah, I was going to show y'all a couple awesome pictures that we get excited about going over to the Tauntons, because my kids love it over there because it's like this wonderland. Of course, they've got all these really cool things going on. So, so yeah, let me show you a couple of these. It's pretty awesome. They've got volleyball courts, and they've got a huge lake that they actually use to generate money. It's actually their sand pit, but also they get to entertain the kids with it, which is just awesome. It's got this big, huge slide in the background. I don't know if you can see it. This is one of my favorites, and it's one of my kids' favorites. This is their scavenger hunt, and tell us a little bit about
We
this.
do that annually. So my dad's family has a lot of traditions, and this is one of them. It's a scavenger hunt. We go out on the Chipola River. It's not too far from where our home is located, so we get dropped off upriver, and then we have to hike it through the woods back to where our actual home is at, and it's about 4 or 5 miles through the woods. And yeah, this is usually how you come out. So that's
the kids love it. They're covered in mud.
Yeah, you swim. It's wood, like cypress.
A list of stuff, right, that we had to go and pick up, which teaches them stuff. Oh, and Judge Taunton stops along the way, and he tells us these awesome stories, and it's just a lot of fun. So here's at the facility, their pool, all maintained by the community as well, which I just think is great.
Yeah.
And who's this?
So this is Dad, and then a few of the boys that were there at the home. Gareth, there to the right of him, is still there. He and his sister grew up with us. And then the two on the sides are actually friends of his, so it's kind of turned into that where, you know, I invite you guys, and the kids invite their friends, and it winds up being 100 of us going through the woods. But
which I still haven't made that one yet, but we're going to for sure. And who's this?
All right, so this is little AJ, and he's out fishing in one of our ponds. We have several ponds around, and then we're situated right there on the swamp. So the kids learn how to fish, they learn how to hunt, they learn how to just be outside and play.
And they maintain the area.
We maintain the property now, which is right around 80 acres. So that is getting up and having normal chores. Hopefully people still have normal chores these days, but yeah.
And I think it's all really cool because y'all are all very athletic, play some sort of sport.
Yeah.
They're encouraged to do that. Just participate in the family things, chores, sports, education, normal family stuff. I mean, one of the things I like when I go over there is there's so many mamas. When I take my kids over there, I don't worry a bit because there's just mamas everywhere, and everybody's kids are everybody's kids. Nobody thinks twice about, oh, whose kid is that? Everybody just grabs a kid and loves them, and I just think that's awesome. So coming up, we have one of their big fundraisers, so tell us a little bit about that.
So the Taunton Family Festival is every year. It's Saturday before Mother's Day, and that's coming up. This is our 8th year of doing it. The original home that I grew up in, that David and Abby started, burned down in 2010. And so the idea behind that was, well, do we just filter into the one home that we still are operating? Mom and Dad become grandparents on the property, and let's just keep the gym and have an activity center for the community beyond the children's home. And the ones of us that had grown up there were like, look, we're not ready for this to end yet. What happens to our kids and their kids and all these other kids that still need a place? Let's keep this going. And so the Lynn Haven United Methodist Men's Church, which actually is from Panama City, they're on transmitter, they were the spearhead behind this. And we've raised right around $170,000 over the last 8 years. So around 25 a year.
Well, that definitely helps, I'm sure.
For sure.
All right, cool. And this event starts in the morning, goes all day, and it's that Saturday, right?
Yeah, so it's Saturday, May 12th, and we'll have all the activities, events, free events going on. We'll do the beach volleyball. They'll be swimming in the lake, and they can go down the slide, and there'll be lots of food and activities going on throughout the day.
Yeah, just bring your family. It's just a lot of fun. Come see the facility. If you want to do some of the free stuff, there's the free volleyball tournament, the 5K that morning. There's what's called the Amazing Race, which is like a relay race, which is just so much fun, and it's really just a fun day with your family. So y'all rally around this event and get out there and support them. And we're going to take a break, and then we'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. There were a couple things that I didn't get to mention about the Taunton home, and I wanted to jump right back into that, and then we'll go over some pictures and stuff in a minute. But while Diane is here, I want to take up every bit of time I can to discuss it. What can people do right now to get involved, to help, not just monetarily, but physically? I know that that's got to be overwhelming providing for that many kids.
So clothing, shoes are always a need. We get kids in sometimes on a daily, weekly basis, all hours of the day, 4 o'clock in the morning, and they have nothing. So we always are able to provide for that, but it helps out a lot to have those donations come in as well. Just time spent on the property. If you want to come help do a cleanup day, or your church group wants to do some painting, there's always something going on, or we're putting together more bunk beds, or there's a billion things that people can do, from sweep the porch to just even come out and visit with the kids, come and hang out with them, play some ball with them. They love that, so they'll show you how good they are.
Yes, yeah, and that's the kind of things that I wanted people to know is you don't have to just donate money. It's really about the time. Yeah, God provides the money, so we don't have to worry about that. We just got to give the time and effort to get out there. But anyway, so that's probably all we need to say about that. But anyways, if you do have any questions, feel free to go to their Facebook page.
Facebook, look up Taunton Family Children's Home. We have a website, tauntonhome.net. And then the festival, all those links are on there as well.
Mm-hmm. Or you can just call.
Just call.
So anyway, they'd love to share anything they can about it. But all right, so to jump into the next thing to talk about, I was going to show a couple pictures because I did not do anything exciting since the last time I was on the show. So I didn't have anything to talk about, which is kind of sad. So I'm going to have to get out there, and that's my new goal, is to make sure I do some really exciting stuff before the next time Coach Chester goes out of town. So for now, I'm going to show you everyone else's exciting things. If I can get them to pull up. I'm not as quick as Coach Chester is. So this is my doctor, because I didn't get to go turkey hunting. I wanted to show you some of her awesome kills this year. So this was her turkey she harvested. She's an amazing huntress, always out there doing something. And then that is one of her bass that I guess she recently caught. I love looking at her Facebook because she does get to do a lot of adventurous stuff. So this is Dr. Rebecca over at Dr. Flynn's office, and I always like to have her stuff on there. All right, so we did get to go on the little ladies Spanish mackerel tournament, which I love. We do it every year. We've had the same group of ladies for a while now on the Gotta Believe, which is Stephanie and Mike Hobbs' big boat. And I'm blessed enough to get to go with them, and we just have a ball. So I wanted to show you all a couple pictures for that because I want it to grow. I want next year, I want us to have many, many, many more teams join in, because it's just so quick and easy and fun, and you go out there and you just troll around all day and you just enjoy fellowshipping with other women and enjoy the outdoors, and that's what it's all about. And this is our team picture, and this is our huge catch of all of our 2-pound, 1-pound fish, but it's all about the fun. So those ladies get pretty darn competitive when it comes to these little fish, which is pretty funny. And our biggest competition that day is the t-shirt competition. You have to have the most creative t-shirt, and the best one wins. So anyway, that's one of the little things that I was able to get out and do between volleyball tournaments. Diane and I are both travel volleyball moms, so we've been gone every weekend doing that.
We got to play some.
We did get to play some. We went and played at Fudd's, the big, huge tournament over in Fort Walton, and that was a lot of fun. We had a 4-man team, and I didn't have a picture of that, but it was a lot of fun. And so anyway, I guess that's kind of outdoorsy. That falls
really
under the
outdoorsy.
show. That's very outdoorsy. It's just not hunting or fishing, but it's still outdoorsy. So these next pictures I'm going to show you we're going to switch over to Millimarine News, because that's where I work. And sometimes we have some exciting stuff going on that's kind of nostalgic. And so I like to share that because Coach Chester really gets into that stuff. His book is awesome. Recently we had the 3 queens on the yard. And these were pretty special to me because they're kind of a family legacy. My great-grandfather, George Davis, started the Queen Fleet, and then my 3 great-uncles, Joe Ed, Grover, and Duck, all continued that going forward. And now my father ran one at 19, and my uncle worked on them, and we just have a long history with these boats. So when they were all three on the yard, it was just really exciting for us. So I posted a picture of it, and I was really excited because I got so many stories back about different people going on the boat. And one of them was my friend Stephen Lewis, and he even gave me this picture, which I thought was really cool. It's him and I think it's his grandfather. And so there were just so many stories, and I wanted to tell everybody, just share a couple of them, because I wanted to tell everybody how much I appreciated that. This one's from Pam Coleman Hallman. It says, my father and his two brothers were captains on each of these fine vessels. David Hallman on the Florida Queen, Donald on the Ocean Queen, and Daryl on the Star Queen. This was during the 60s and 70s when the boats were at St. Andrews Marina, and I was a deckhand for my father, David. I had great memories of my young days walking the decks on the Florida Queen, good times. And so that's just kind of one of, I mean, there was just a ton of them. And, you know, anyways, I just wanted to share that with y'all because it really warmed my heart to see all that. And if y'all have any kind of pictures of that or stories you want to share, shoot them over to me on the Miller Marine Facebook page, and I would love to share them because, you know, that's really cool to us. This other one is the Sunrise, and this is a boat that was here decades ago and fished around, and the captain was Buckley. I think it's probably in Coach Chester's book as well. An awesome boat. It was recently redone completely by Greg Abrams over at Tarpon Dock Seafood. So it's now back on the water, and we're just excited to see that. And so anyways, I just like to throw those out to appreciate a little bit of nostalgia this morning. But we're gonna take one more break, and we will see you when we get back. Welcome back. We are going to finish up the show with giving away a couple Miller Marine t-shirts. And you can come out to the ship store at Miller Marine and also purchase those. We've got a couple of new designs coming, which I'm excited about. So I'm gonna let Diana draw the lucky person. Woo. Yeah. And you can also pick it up out at Miller Marine at the ship store as well.
All right, we have Irene Nail.
Irene Nail and Parker, come and get your t-shirt. So that's exciting. And let me do one more.
Great. This one is Caitlin Carroll.
All right, Caitlin Carroll and Irene Nail. Y'all come on out and see me at the ship store at Miller Marine, and we will get you set up. And while we're on that, I was gonna do a quick boatyard tip. So this time of year, we are painting bottoms like crazy, and I just wanted to throw out there the basics, just in case you had any questions when you're painting the bottom of your boat. And this is for boats that stay in the water mostly. You can trailer them, but mostly boats with anti-fouling bottom paint. So I get a lot of questions about what type of paint to put on their boats. And we carry all of these at the boatyard, but I just wanted to go over, if you don't know what's on your boat, don't just go grab any paint and put it on your boat, because it might not be compatible with what's on there right now. So I just wanted to do the basics. There's two types of bottom paint, or two most common types of bottom paint. There is ablative, and then there's hard. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because if you have ablative on your boat right now, you can't put hard on top of it. And if you have any questions about that, you're welcome to come out and ask us. But one is kind of like, when it comes out, the copper in it, which is what it makes it anti-fouling, actually stops working and it hardens. That's called a hard anti-fouling paint. And then the other one's like a bar of soap. It can go back in and start releasing copper. It gets kind of slushy and then come back out and get hard and then go back in. So that's the main difference. But I wanted to throw that out there because that's one of the big questions we get every week at the yard, is what kind of paint do I put on the bottom of my boat? So if you have any more questions about that, you can give me a call anytime, or James, who is absolutely awesome in our ship store, and Justin, who is also equally awesome in our ship store, if you have any questions. We also are carrying a lot of outboard things that we used to not carry. A lot of people think that we're just our big boats, but our ship store is actually carrying a lot of basics, pumps and impellers and things like that. So if you need anything, you are welcome to call. The number's 850-265-6768, and you can talk to James. He is just a wealth of knowledge It's like an encyclopedia of parts numbers. It's crazy. So if you have any questions, please feel free to do that. Let's see. What else do we got? Oh, we wanted to make sure everybody remembers the kids fishing workshop coming up. That is going to be, I think, May 5th, but let's make sure. Yes. Okay. So the kids fishing workshop is May 5th. It's coming up from 7 to 12 that morning. I think that's going to be really fun. So I want to take the kids and we're going to see what that's all about. So I wanted to remind everybody of that. And then I want to make sure everyone shows up on May 12th at the festival. And what time should they get there?
So the 5K is going to start about 8 a.m. All the 5K runners that want to do that, that's also a free race, and then you'll get medals at the end. Volleyball start about 10:30. We're all day until about 5 p.m. So, you know, if you want to come in for an hour or so or come and spend the whole day, there's swimming, there's a park, there's putt-putt golf, we have frisbee golf, trampolines everywhere. The bouncy houses will be out. There'll be food, some free, and there'll be some snacks, and then there'll be some for sale that is profited just to the children's home. So yeah, it's a full day of everything, face painting, kids stuff.
Fun. And
Swimming.
It's not far. If I know a lot of us, like for us, we're going to Howard's Creek anyway, so we'll just stop on the way, we'll stay at Howard's Creek, and then come home.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's really not that far. How long does it take you to get there?
Maybe 30 minutes. It's about 20, 30 miles from Panama City, depending on where you're at. So it's just getting through your red lights, but then just, you know, Highway 22's straight shot.
Yeah.
Easy.
So it's not far. It's definitely something that you need to do. And do y'all ever go down to Howard's Creek or anything down there?
Yeah, we do from time to time.
Yeah.
And that's a world away as well, because I'm like, no, it's just down there. You got to go down the road.
I know. Well, we forget that we have so many places here that are so much fun that we get to enjoy. But anyway, okay. Well, is there any last minute things you want to mention?
No, so just May 12th. It's not this weekend. It's next Saturday. And come and see us. Really, we want to say thank you to the community.
Have a great day and do something good for someone, as Coach Chester would say.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.